Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our digital forensics lectures. This is part of the BCIS 4320 series, where we're walking through the guide to computer forensics and investigations one chapter at a time. Today we're unpacking Chapter 2, the Investigator's Office and Laboratory. Now let's talk about where the real work of digital forensics happens, your lab. This chapter is about much more than just having cool tech. It's about structure, standards, and strategy. So, what exactly is a digital forensics lab? Think of it as your command center. It's where investigations are conducted, evidence is stored, and most of your detailed forensic work takes place. And whether you're working in a law enforcement setting or in the private sector, this space has to meet some serious requirements. Let's start with certification. A legit lab must follow strict guidelines to ensure its findings are consistent and legally defensible. In the US, accreditation from the ANSI-ASQ National Accreditation Board, also known as ANAB, is a big deal. They audit labs to make sure the processes, security, and results meet the standard. Now imagine you're the lab manager. You're not just setting up machines and installing software. You're scheduling tasks, assigning cases, managing budgets, and ensuring your team stays current with training and certifications. It's a mix of IT management and investigative leadership. Speaking of budgets, this chapter doesn't skip that part. Running a forensics lab is expensive. You've got to plan for hardware, software, training, facility costs, and even future upgrades. If you're in the private sector, you're building a business case to justify those costs to decision makers. That's a skill that's just as valuable as knowing how to recover deleted files. Let's shift to the tech for a moment. One of the most important investments you'll make is in your forensic workstation. This isn't your off-the-shelf laptop. It needs the horsepower to process large data sets, multiple drives, and specialized forensic software, all while preserving the integrity of the evidence. Think write blockers, RAID storage, imaging tools, and data analysis platforms. And let's not overlook physical security. Your lab must protect digital evidence the same way a police department protects physical evidence. That means controlled access, surveillance, inventory management, and proper environmental controls. You don't want a power surge or humidity wiping out key data. Now, if you're aiming to work in a private sector lab, say at a financial institution or a cybersecurity firm, you'll have different requirements. Private labs may not need the same level of legal compliance as public labs, but they still need to protect sensitive information and maintain a high standard of professional integrity. Alright, let's talk certification and training. This chapter names several key organizations like IASIS, EC Council, ISFCE, and SANS. If you want to stand out in this field, start looking at certifications like Certified Ethical Hacker, CEH, Certified Forensic Computer Examiner, CFCE, or the Certified Computer Examiner, CCE. These aren't just resume boosters, they're trust signals to employers and courts. And here's a question I'd love for you to answer in the comments. Are you leaning toward working in a private forensics lab, or does the idea of a public sector crime lab appeal to you more? Let's get a discussion going. Wrapping this up. Chapter 2 is about understanding that forensics isn't just about the evidence. It's also about the environment where the evidence is handled. The lab, the team, the tools, the budget, and the ethics all play a critical role in the credibility of your work. If you found this helpful, do me a favor, like this video, drop a comment with your thoughts or questions, and subscribe to the channel. We're building something awesome here for everyone serious about digital forensics.